I got influenced to buy the most ridiculous shoes. Hi, I'm True. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Today's going to be a little bit more of a light-hearted video in comparison to my last couple. We're going to talk a little bit about some fashion and how I was influenced to buy the pinkest Barbiest shoes that I can remember. So let's get stuck in. So I love fashion. I love clothes. I particularly love shoes. I have had a shoe obsession since I was a little girl. It's gotten me into some financial trouble over the years, but that's for another time. But I can remember as a little girl going to bed with these red patent. I don't remember exactly the style, but I remember they were red patent and I wouldn't take them off and I wanted to sleep in them. So that gives you an indication of how much I love shoes. But I've been following this influencer for a while. I really admire her style. I don't want to look like her, but I admire her style. And I actually realized I already own a couple of pieces that she has worn or shown in photos and videos. I bought them before I saw them on her. But anyway, just to let you know, so I do like some of the things that she wears, even if I don't aspire to dress like her. I am inspired by her, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But anyway, so I saw this video that she'd done. Now, the shoes that I got are Valentino. So let's rewind a little bit. I remember the collection coming out. I think it was called the Pink Valentino collection. I think it was 2022, 2023. Now, I never watched the actual runway show until recently. It was on YouTube, so I watched it. And it's just so beautiful. And I do remember some of the pieces that came out. I wanted a pair of the Valentino rock studs with, obviously the studs on them. But by the time I went to the store, there was a huge line and basically everything had sold out at that stage anyway. And they were really out of my price range. I think they retail for about $18 or $1,900 Australian. So I just I remembered the collection, but I put it out of my mind. But anyway, I saw this influencer. She did this really cool video. And in it, she was wearing these shoes. So it made me think, oh, I remember that collection. And I was like, oh, we'll just have a look. I went on eBay and I thought I'll have a look at, the prices and what's available and all of that stuff. So I did that. And when I actually went into Google, these particular shoes came up from another website, and those shoes were the actual ones that she was wearing in the video, and they are these babies. So they're the most ridiculous shoes, but they are so cool. I love the color. I mean, the platform is just crazy. They're like an elevated stripper shoe. I think they're incredible. I just love them. I think they're great. So anyway, I found them on Net-a-Porter. Now, this is not a sponsored video or anything. I'm just telling you where I found them because I got them on sale. So the retail price for these in Australian dollars was $1,900, and I got them for a little bit over $700 including shipping. So they were reduced when I got them to six something. And it was $30 shipping. So it was about $700 and something dollars. Now they are still available and they're actually lower than what I paid for them. So you can have a look if you want, if the sale is still on by the time I put this video up. I don't know if it will be, but like I said, they retailed for $1,900 and something. I got them for $700 and something. And these were my birthday present to myself. So my 40th birthday present to myself, because they remind me a little bit of being a kid, and the color is just incredible, and they're so impractical, and they just give me joy. Now, I actually have already worn them twice, and I'll put a photo up somewhere on the screen how I styled them. But I knew, she didn't have an affiliate link to these particular shoes. If she had, I would have used them just if they were on sale, because why not? I enjoy her videos and her style and everything. I think she's pretty cool. So I knew, she's a fashion influencer, so why not support her work? I don't have a problem doing that. I know I'm being sold to, when you go on Instagram, everything is a targeted ad, which this is as well. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't have a problem with that. I have bought things that influencers have suggested before, or programs from them and stuff, and some have been good, some have not been that good. You know, you just decide for yourself what you want to do. But these bring me so much joy. I think they're incredible, and I intend to wear the absolute crap out of them. Now, I did, I don't know if you guys remember the Versace Evitas. I actually have a pair of those. Actually, I might go grab them so I can show you in comparison. So these are the Versace Evitas, which I bought on sale quite a few years ago now. I bought them from Harrods when there was still a store in Westfield in the city, Sydney City. So these retailed for $2,220 Australian. I didn't pay that. I got, like I said, I got them on sale. I don't remember exactly how much they were. There's no receipt in the box, but I know they would have been minimum 50% off, because I wouldn't have paid over $2,000 for these shoes. But they are fabulous. So these are the Versace's. These are the Valentinos. So you can, hopefully I'll put them, you can see how high the platform is on each of them. These are a little higher. Now I've had these for longer, and I already know, I know they're black and they're, you know, they'll go with more and all of that stuff, but I already know I'll wear these more than I'll ever wear these. I wouldn't say these are comfortable, but in comparison to these are so uncomfortable, which is such a bummer because I love them. They're a great shoe, but the patent is really hard, and they're so heavy. They're so heavy. Like, I'm going to practice a little bit more because I love them so much. They give me a bit more stability, but they're like around the ankle and all of that stuff, but they're just so heavy. I do still love them. I've worn them maybe 2 or 3 times, but yeah, they're not a comfortable shoe. And this part, so the toe box, it really presses in and it hurts. Now these I've already worn twice. This does press in, but not as much as the Versace's, and I just think the color is fabulous. It's not a practical color, it doesn't go with everything, but I don't care. I love them. I think they're great. The platform is higher. They're heavy, but not as heavy. And I love them so much. So if you are in the market for a pair and you're on eBay or whatever, and you're trying to decide between which shoe, in my opinion, I would go with the Valentino, because I find them more comfortable, and I've already worn them twice. And the second time I wore them, I got so many compliments. I think they're great. So the influencer that you should check out her video. It's actually very clever, and I like clever things. Her name's Sammy Jeffcoat. You probably already follow her, but if you don't, you should check her out. She's got a very cool style, and she did like a really cool video featuring these. So that was my 40th birthday present to myself, and I've already started enjoying them a little bit early because I don't turn 40 until next month. So yeah, just they're great. So I also, I don't know why, but I got a Instagram ad targeted to me for these. So these are from Poppylock, I think it's called, and it's for kids. So I'm not entirely sure why I got one. Maybe I looked at hair extensions or something and it just went off that. But I got targeted an ad for these little ponytail extension things, which I think they're really cute. I mean, it's just a bit of fun, a little bit silly for me, but I think it's really kind of cool, and I'll enjoy them. Like, they weren't expensive. I'll link the Instagram or the website in the description for all of this, for the stuff I'm talking about. But I think it's cute. Like, why not have a little bit of fun with fashion sometimes? Like, I have a very different sense of style to most people. When I get the opportunity, I like to dress up. I like to enjoy my clothes. And I recently, unfortunately, I put quite a few, while I was sorting through things, I put some things into storage, and I had some vintage coats that I've collected and other things that I'm actually not entirely sure of. I can't remember everything that I put away. Once I think of things and I search for them, I'll realize where they are or were. So I put things into storage along with some equipment and tools from my partner, probably somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 worth of things, and the storage unit has burnt down. So it's only just happened this week. We haven't been allowed yet to go on site to sort through anything. They still have to do a structural engineer's report, but I am guessing that we won't even have the opportunity to go through everything because I've already got dozers there, which I don't get. It's people are going to be pretty pissed off. But anyway, so I had quite a few things put away there just while I went through stuff so I could sort through things, because I needed to make some space here in this room, and it's all gone. So there was a few things there that were kind of sentimental things that I collected. Like I have a thing for coats, and I had the Donnybrook Picasso coat. Rihanna famously wore it, but I bought it from one of my favorite sellers at the Sydney Fair. Her name is Susan. Her store is Frizzy Vintage, so I bought it from her. So I actually had like a story with it, and it's gone. So quite a few things are gone, and like I said, a lot of my partner's equipment. So it won't ruin us, but it will definitely affect us. So while I have and I bought these shoes before this happened, but now I just intend to enjoy what I have. So that's what I'm going to do. These will be part of them, and yeah. Sorry, I hadn't actually intended to tell you that story because things are still ongoing, but I wanted this to be a bit more lighthearted. But anyway, shit does happen, and unfortunately you've got to deal with it. So I made this video because I wanted to share something happy that had happened, and I really love the shoes, and I wanted to kind of tie it back into just enjoying things. So being self-aware enough to accept things, wear things that you love, enjoy your life, take things seriously but not too seriously, have a laugh, buy silly things occasionally, enjoy them, and yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there. The point of this video has not kind of come along as I thought it would. If I get the chance to actually, I'm going to see if I can style these shoes so you can actually see them without all the mess. So I'm going to see if there's actually a space in my house where I can do that, because I actually want to style them and show you how you can wear them. So I'll leave it there for now. If I if I could talk, if I did do any of that, I will insert it somewhere in the video. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today and having patience with me. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.